Divine Soul Tribe, back again with another message and reading. Got my deck yesterday. I should have come on yesterday. Busy. Anyway, I've had a few like channeled songs, and I'm gonna do separate little mini readings on them. But I thought I'd stick it on in the background today to have in the going on the background. Mariah Carey was the latest one. Vision of Love. That be person haunted by the thought of you. Prayed through the nights. That's so long. Gotta stop. Hello YouTube. Welcome to my channel. I'm Divina. Welcome to the Divine Soul Tribe. Welcome back, regular Divine Soul Tribers. Welcome in new people, new Divine Soul Tribers. Like and subscribe if you please. Comment, share if you feel the need to do so. Right. I do get a little bit excitable. I do laugh a lot. Because, you know, life is a bit tough at the best of times. Laughter is good medicine, people. Right. So anyway, got Mariah Carey warbling on in the background about her vision of love, which is like what your person has been thinking. Oh, addiction songs have been coming through. Addicted to You by Ryan Leslie. Addiction, I think that's Neo. You're My Addiction from Neo. Oh God. No, not everybody's going to be like familiar with these songs, but you can always go and, you know, check it out. Check it out on YouTube. I don't know why I'm putting them that far away. I had what came through. I Want to Be Loved by You, Marilyn Monroe, and Return to by Elvis Presley. Anyway. So let's get to the title, and 2.5 minutes in. Title is, Have You Laid Your Ghosts of the Past to Rest? Did you turn out to be? Yeah, see? That's that. I'm going to get into it in a minute. But that's all you turned out to be. That's your person. They gave you a vision of what they was going to give to you. They painted this lovely picture of the life that you guys could have had together, and then they went off and gave it to somebody else. Obviously they had some serious lessons to go and learn, but that's besides the point. We'll get into it probably at some point during this video, because can we talk to Evan Campbell? Yet again, we talked about this the other day. But anyway, and then now all they've got is visions of having love with you. Can we talk? But they're coming on. Anyway, before they come in, I want to talk to you guys about, have you laid the ghosts of your past to rest? Have you got to the basement? Have you cleaned everything out? Because, right, here's the thing, guys. I don't know if I talked about this the other day, but I watched this film the other day called Resurrection. It was all different kinds of messed up. Brief Cliff Notes version. Woman had a traumatic relationship when she was like 19, 20, something like that. Got pregnant. The guy disappeared with the baby, and he tormented her basically. Like, he was top tier evil, demonic narcissist, right? And just the mere presence in like, just him showing up, just her seeing him 22 years later, unnerved her, unraveled her. And she was a very intelligent woman, high-powered businesswoman. I think she was in the medical field, whatever it was. She was on top of her game, right? As soon as she clapped eyes on this man, he unraveled her. Not good. So, my question is, have you laid all the ghosts of your past to rest? Because, and this woman seemingly had it all together. Just the mere sight of this man, she became that scared little girl again, right? So clearly she hadn't dealt with all the issues in her life that had obviously allowed him to have some form of dominion over her life at that time, obviously, because she got away from him. Well, he still tracked her down. She moved to another country and everything. Anyway, skip on past that bit. But, you know, like I said, the mere sight of him unravelled her whole life to the point where, I mean, at the end of the film, it doesn't actually make it very clear if she ended up in, like, a mental institute or not, but it would appear that way, right? You know, you have to be in a point in your life where anybody, anything that's ever knocked you off your path or had you looking to the left or anything like that or caused you some form of trauma can't do that to you anymore. It's literally, you know, when you talk about something that you've experienced in the past or someone that's caused you some trauma in the past, you should be at a point in your life and in your healing journey where it's like talking about somebody else, because technically it is. You are talking about somebody else because you're not that person anymore. You're not experiencing that. You're not living it. You're not adjacent to it. It's something that has happened that you can use to draw on for experience purposes, so you can help other people see things more clearly. So should you so wish to do so. Anyway, so I wanted to do this episode about the darker aspects of your traumas. I mean, obviously I'm not going to be bringing these things up because that's for you to deal with. But it's a point of discussion to get you guys thinking, have I done that? Have I dealt with that? You know, because it keeps coming. One of the things that keeps coming up is guilt and shame for the things that you've experienced or done in the past. Right? And you shouldn't be carrying that anymore. Right? You shouldn't be carrying any guilt. You shouldn't be carrying any shame. You should have released it by now. You know, anything that's been holding you back, you should have been able to let go of it. Come to terms with it, accept it, come to terms with it and release. Right? Because the thing is, if you have things that are hidden underneath the surface, everything, it's like the moon card. What's done in the dark always comes to the light. You honestly, heartbreak. I was getting this channel song earlier. Hi Stephanie. You honestly can't keep anything suppressed. Oh, it's alright. This is the trouble. You keep things suppressed. It's alright. Just stick that in there. Lock that. Shove it over in the corner. It will come to the surface one way or another. I don't want to let go. This is how your person's feeling. I can't leave you alone. You're being watched. Anyway, we'll get into that in a bit because I've got my new deck. But yeah, so, you know, you can't be holding on to it. And like I've said to you guys before, those last little bits, you've just face them one last time. Let it go. Because the thing is, like that woman in that film, on the surface, it was like she had it all together. She was even given advice to this girl at work, an intern, I think she was, young girl. I say young girl, she's in her early 20s, well, a young girl. she she was giving advice to her because she was dealing with somebody with narcissistic tendencies. She's dealing with a narc. She was giving her advice on how to deal with the situation, giving her the options, but based on her experience. You could tell that she'd had that experience, but you know, she gave the girl good advice and all the rest of it, and then as soon as she clapped eyes on this man, her whole life just went down the toilet. Like, she just unravelled because she never dealt with the issues. Now, you can't make this up. Imagine today I went to a shop and there was a man in the shop that actually looked almost identical to my daughter's father. And do you know, I was actually thinking about this the other day, right? Here's the joke. One of my best relationships in terms of like love languages and stuff like that was with him. But as soon as he had a drink and fed that demon, complete different person. Evil incarnate, right? My most traumatic and the best, same person. No, was a Gemini, so I'm going to leave that alone. But, you know, I see a man that looked practically like him. Yeah? I just looked, I was like, oh, looks like him. Didn't bother me. Not at all. I was like, oh, no. Now, there has been times over the years, like obviously not recently, but there has been times over the years where I've seen people that look like him, and I turn into that 21-year-old girl again. And there's that, just even if it's for a fraction of a second, my gut used to drop. It was an evil. He was evil. I'm going to try to get through this video without swearing. I've done it before, I can do it again. Yeah, but when I actually, and it's so weird because obviously I was going to do this as a filming this episode today. Like, it was like, have you laid your ghosts to rest? So I got my test, I got my challenge. Well, it wasn't really a challenge, but even down to the flipping hairline, the guy looked like him, and I was like, did not. I'm counting on your support, Stephanie. Keep me in check. Hi, Steve. Like, so that was like my test. Have I laid my ghosts to rest? Can I be unravelled? No. Try it. Just like, it's actually, when you realise that these things are tests and you've like passed the test, like, I was like, well, I'm glad I am in a position. I mean, don't get me wrong, like I can sit and talk to you about the things that I experienced in that relationship, and it really is like talking about somebody else's life, like I'm telling you about a TV show that I watched or a book that I've read, because that isn't me, right? I'm so far removed from that experience, but I still had the experience, that it doesn't affect me in that way. Yeah, there are some things that I just think back on and it does get under my skin, but it's like, because it just, you know, doesn't compute in my logical thinking brain. Anyway, but like, if you're not in a space where you can't sit and talk about these things that you've experienced, that you've gone through, without it getting you emotional or overwhelmed, then have you really dealt with it? That's the question. And the answer's going to be no, if you're still emotional and it's bringing tears to your eyes and da-da-da-da. Like honey. Yeah, you're like honey. It's not even supposed to be a Mariah Carey mix. Anyway, thank you, Stephanie. I'm glad I'm making you proud. making myself proud as well. Anyway, like, so I would like to help you guys at least think about how you're going to get to that point in your life when it comes to certain traumas. And don't get me wrong, like, you know, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and go into what I experienced, because that's not not for the whole world to know, is it? Well, I suppose at some point there are things I will share, but you know, getting distracted now. You got to be able, even if it's just a little bit at a time, reflect on it and go through it, because you can't hold it anymore. Like, you know, that film was messed up. Resurrection is the name of that film. It's on Sky Movies. And it is all different kinds of messed up, right? I mean, she was even to the point where she was emotionally unavailable, and unless it was anything to do with her child, her daughter, she was she was having an affair with a married man because she didn't want what came with the relationship. She just wanted the physical side of things. I can relate. Well, not that I was having an affair with a married man, but I can relate to that whole situation of like not wanting to be in a position where you're emotionally vulnerable. You don't want to let anybody in. You just want to scratch your itch, so to speak. But that's not a life. How are you? You're not experiencing anything good. So, not that I'm saying that you guys are going through that, but if you're not dealing and working your way through certain traumas, you're literally shutting other parts of yourself off. And it's like I said the other day when we was going through the cards, right? You got to work from your heart space, and you literally block a lot of your own blessings by shutting off your chakras, especially the heart space. Yes, okay, you may have compassion and love for other people, but if you're not actually allowing anybody into your life, you're blocking your own blessings. I mean, honestly, I can actually think of 2 separate occasions where, and this is me being honest, like my little confession, where I've been put in a situation, not my finest moments, but you know, got to be honest, where literally I was kind of seeing someone and they was like, oh, do you want to, you know, make it serious? And I just made a joke out of it. No. This person, one of them actually went off and had children and got engaged and actually went off and had kids and settled down. One of them got engaged to be married and everything. Like, he was serious about it. And it's like, do you want to like start officially seeing each other? I was like, see me now. I'm so sorry if you're watching me. But I wasn't emotionally available because of the traumas that I'd experienced. I didn't have any problem physically interacting with people in them times. But you weren't getting into my heart space. That was shut. That's things like ghosting and stuff like that. Love bombing, you're picking wrong. How can you perpetrate them things on somebody that doesn't care? Not that I'm saying you should open yourself up to be, you know, narcissistically abused, but my point is, like, I missed out. Well, I say I missed out. Obviously, if it was supposed to happen, it would have happened. But I missed out on an opportunity to have a relationship with somebody that genuinely wanted to love and care for me, because I didn't properly deal with my past traumas and I shut myself off. Now, like I said, you block your own blessings, right? And the thing is, right, when I reflect on that, that must have been quite, no, this isn't funny, it's not funny. It must have been quite hurtful for the other person, because they were actually making themselves fun, because I've got quite a big personality, I suppose. there's no I suppose about it. I have got big personality, and I know I can be quite intimidating because I am a confident woman, and I can be quite intimidating for quite a lot of men actually, I would imagine. But it must have taken a lot of courage for them to open themselves up and make themselves vulnerable enough to, you know, actually that's happened like 3 times. I'm so sorry. Any of you guys are actually watching me right now, I'm really sorry. It wasn't you. It wasn't you. It literally was me. If you've been watching the first 20 minutes of this, you know it was me. Like, it must have been quite hurtful for them because, you know, I literally made a joke out of them. Well, not out of them, but out of the situation, deflection, obviously. Instead of being open and honest and saying, I'm not emotionally available, I'm not ready for that kind of thing because I'm scared I'll get hurt, you know, because that's basically what it was. Because of all, well, not all, in a couple of traumatic situations at that point in my life, but, you know, do you want to be missing out on blessings? Do you want to be missing out on the opportunity to be in a loving relationship with somebody that genuinely wants to be with you, to love you, to take care of you, to show you what true love is? No, I hear you cry. So, Divine Soul Tribers, 21 minutes in, I haven't even picked up the deck. Are you ready to lay those ghosts to rest? Huh? Think about how you feel when you are reflecting on those situations that have caused you that kind of trauma in your life. Because if you're still feeling, there was an 80s compilation that I wanted. No. Anyway, hi Katie. You know, think about how it makes you feel when you know you're reflecting on that. Why is this? Oh, I don't want it all to be Mariah. I'm so sorry. Oh, for God's sake, I'm trying to find some Daddy's Own. I'm telling you guys now, your person cannot stop thinking about you and they just want to come on in. But we're going to get into it about releasing your old traumas, letting go of, let's just put that on. No, that's live. I don't want a live one. I'll tell you what. Let's put, no, because that's still Mariah. I'm going to put Doja Cat on because your person, the person that you're thinking about, your counterpart, not your karmic lesson learning situation, just wants to be your person, because even though this is called woman, like we know, energy is fluid. Anyway, so I've not seen the video to this, and I hope I don't get distracted. Right, so back to you know the importance of. So yeah, think about how you feel, and if you're still feeling quite strongly about it, you need to go digging in and figure out what it's triggering, what it's still triggering. How are you going to be able to work through it? How are you going to let it go? Where does it take you back to? What's your earliest memory of feeling that way? Because it will always go to low self-worth, low self-esteem, and abandonment. Right? So that will go to childhood somewhere along the lines, because you know that traumatic experience that you're having trouble letting go of is I'm gonna have to turn that down because it's distracting me. You know, it's from back in the day when you was younger. So that person that you're thinking about that created that situation that you're struggling to move past isn't the first person that made you feel that way. Go back. Right, okay, so if you should be having problems and troubles, please inbox me and we could possibly come to some sort of an arrangement to talk, counsel, whatever, because I know how difficult it is. I am not taking bookings at the moment. However, if it is an emergency and you are really struggling, then inbox me and we'll see what we can work out. Anyway, you don't need to come to me, like, there's plenty of people out there that can help. But that's what I'm here for. That's my job. That's my divine soul purpose on this planet, is to help you guys release things, get through them, and heal, so you can help others do the same. Each one teach one. Right. So, I've got my Angel Dream Oracle deck. Full moon, completion. So, yeah, look. Not that necessarily it's not about the full moon at this point. We're just going to go with the message on the card. Completion. You need to complete these cycles. There's particular cycles in your life. I mean, I'm not saying we're going to be completely without trauma or anything like that. But these are experiences. I keep telling you guys, your life, up until the point where you're consciously aware, has been your training program. Right? We're here to help change the world. Even if it's just one person's world, we're here to make changes. Big change, small changes over a big period of time make a big difference. It's like I said to somebody the other day, excuse me, that said, it just feels like it's not moving fast and da-da-da-da. I'm like, slow progress is still progress. It will lead up to something bigger. Put too much pressure on ourselves for what? Everybody's journey is different. Stairs, look, ascension. What direction is your life going in? Sometimes you have to go back down to the basement, right? Clear out the basement, yeah, so you can go back up the stairs, to back up there. And it's all right if you've got to go back down the stairs from time to time to go and have a little clear out. That's fine. That's another thing. People berate themselves, like, the truth, we're our own worst enemies. Oh, I've regressed, or okay, it's like giving up giving something up, working your way through addictions. Instead of saying, okay, I've relapsed, let's, like, it's no different to the diet, changing your eating habits, let's call it, right? You go and have like 5 biscuits too many, or you go and have an extra packet of crisps, or you buy the next size of a chocolate bar. Who cares? And then you lie on your diary, your food diary, or you leave certain entries out of your journal, whatever. I don't know how you do things, or you don't tell your mate what you've eaten, or whatever. Because you think if you don't speak of it, it won't have happened. You're only going to be lying to yourself, and then you start beating yourself up. Who cares? So what? You had a few extra biscuits, you brought the next size up chocolate bar. Who cares? Just tell yourself it's a slip. It's not the end of the world. It's not going to undo your progress. It's not. Chalk it up to experience and keep it moving forward. One little slip. It's like no different to falling off the bike. You don't say, oh, fell off the bike, I'm not going to make it to the other end of the journey now, am I? No, you don't. You just get back on the bike and keep pedaling. Think of it like that. All right, so what? So you had to go back down to the basement. Do you know how many times I've had to go back down to my basement? Told you. Look, just almost 3 months. I've only just recently gave up smoking weed again. I gave up for a year and fell off the wagon for a whole nother year. And then I got back on it. well, the wagon. It's not easy, but I've got an addiction demon that likes to be fed, and it's a very slick demon. It'll take healthy addictions. It doesn't care. It's not fussy. I'll go from smoking weed to researching things. So I'm feeding my mind, but I'll go on it. Get on it. Doesn't matter as long as it's productive. But I know what it's like. It's just, how are you going to channel that energy? But don't keep beating yourself up. Because this is the thing, right? You've got to live with yourself for the rest of your life. You can't be out here trying to please other people or hiding this from that, but you know. So stop beating yourself up, chalk it up to experience, get back on the bike and start pedaling to your destination. Even a flat tire's not going to stop you. You can, fix it. It doesn't matter. Where there's a will, there's a way. It's like I keep saying to you guys, if you, if they close the road, nobody actually worries about it. Well, you might get a little bit annoyed because you're like, oh, I've got to go a different way. If I'd have known, you might be running a little bit late, but you still get there. There's always a diversion. There's always another way. And like I said, what works for one person doesn't necessarily work for another. Everybody's different. It's like, the whole bolognese thing, Just because you don't like mushrooms, it doesn't mean that the bolognese without mushrooms is going to taste any worse. It doesn't matter how you get there, as long as you get there in the end. This is why readers, when we do readings, we always say, take what resonates and leave the rest behind, because it's not everything's for everybody anyway, and it's not all going to fit your life. Some of the stuff that I'm sitting here talking about, some of the stuff that comes up in the reading is going to be for part of the collective. Some stuff's going to be for another part of the collective. Let's not forget, I'm filming for Facebook, doing my live on Facebook, and I'm filming for YouTube as well. What the people, like I said, the audience that I reach on YouTube is going to be completely different to the audience that I reach on Facebook. No guidance. You've got it, girl, you've got this! Even though that's not what this song's about. But anyway. Yeah? So, just take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Yeah? If only a small fraction of what I've said is enough for you to sit, take away, and chew on at a later date and think, oh, she's got a bit of a point, let me go and have a look at this, let me go. I'm doing my job there. Small progress, small changes over a long period of time make a big difference. Slow progress is still progress nonetheless. You're still going to get there. And don't put yourself in competition with other people. Don't compare yourselves to other people. Can't compete where you don't compare, because those people that you're comparing yourselves with, they ain't even in the same arena as you anyway. Remember that. Anyway. So, don't worry if you've got to go back down to the basement, because you can always go back up the stairs when you've had a little clear out. Take your time out. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Obviously, don't be using it as an excuse. Keep having a relapse. Everybody's journey is different. As long as you reach the destination, that's the point. Inner truth. Communication. This is about how you talk to yourself at this point, right? Do you talk badly to yourself? Do you know, my daughter was telling me this the other day, how, I don't know if she sees this on TikTok, so I haven't been on there for a little while. I've literally abandoned my post. I haven't been on there for nearly 2 months. I feel really bad. I can't keep giving the same message, because I'm literally sitting there giving people the same message. They're going to call, they're going to come back, they want to talk to you, da 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 da. It's not, I'm not lying, it is right, but people are putting their healing process on hold. They're going to come back. They're going to fill in the gaps. They're going to make me feel whole again. Do the work. Anyway, I will return at some point. But she said they was doing this experiment thing, right? You see the way you talk to yourself. They put people, these people that love to, the negative self-talk, in a room with another person, and said, right, you sit and you say everything negative that you say to yourself to that other person, and the other person would end up in tears, and leave, why would you be so mean and horrible to me, I don't deserve that, sort of thing, and it actually made them realise just how horrible they were to themselves. Is that you? How do you talk to yourself? Do you give yourself any praise? Do you congratulate yourself for all the good things that you've done? Do you tell yourself that you look good? Do you tell yourself how far you've come? It's the same way you go out of your way to make somebody else feel good about themselves. Oh, you look nice today. Oh, I like your shoes. Oh, your hair looks nice. If you just had it done. Oh, your dinner's nice. Whatever it is, you'll give that compliment and that praise and that confidence boost to another person, but in your head you're telling yourself you look fat, you look disgusting, you should stay at home, It hits different. See, distracted. Right, so think about how you talk to yourself, but go and have a conversation with yourself about what's going on in the basement. Are you able to go downstairs and clear it out? It doesn't matter if it takes a few visits. You could do it over a period of time. Travel. You're on your journey. Your path. You might have to change your location. Maybe take a time out. Maybe go on a little trip. Take a weekend away. Go somewhere nice. Go to a meditation retreat. I don't know. But I'm going to say, look, cards are just flying out. Dolphin, cosmic consciousness, breathe, and sacred geometry. Cosmic consciousness, this is the level that you want to get to, but it's going to take some work. Summer, taking action, fruition, and intellect. Are you intellectual enough to take action, to bring your cosmic consciousness to fruition? Are you? You're already on the path. If you found your way here, you're already on the path. Well, this is more that's more for YouTube. It's different on Facebook. But I feel that a lot of you that watch it, because quite a lot of people watch my videos after they've been posted, the views on here is quite good. Well, it's quite good on YouTube, but that's up and down anyway. But that's a wider audience, But well, I suppose it's public. So anyway, that's getting off the topic. Look, dancing, self-expression and movement. It's time to move forward. It's time to express yourself, but have that conversation with yourself. Angels, support, guidance. The angels are with you. And I've been telling you this. You're not in this on your own. I'm here. I'm one of them. I'm not just out here to seek and destroy demons. I'm out here to give you guys guidance and support. Yeah, I'm a professional by experience. Yes, I'm educated. I'm not going to let that slide because I did do a lot of hard work. But I've had to live my life. I've had to get that experience by living it. And this is what I keep trying to explain to people when they're like, what does she know? You don't know what I know. You don't know what I've had to live through. So don't ever sit there and presume to think that I'm just talking nonsense or I'm just chit-chatting because I've read a few books. I could write a few on my life just on a couple of years alone. So don't ever think to presume that I didn't earn my seat. Because I did. Anyway. But, right, this is the thing. You're not alone. And and I know ascension can be a lonely process because this is the thing, guys. Everything that you need to deal with is within you. It's your life, it's your experience, and you've got to not rearrange it, but you've got to go through it inside yourself. It's like when you go to the doctors. Oh, it's never always got me. When you go to the doctors about your mental health, right? Because obviously that's where it starts. You're thinking about things, you're reflecting and stuff, and they're like, it's all in your head. Oh, I know. That's why I'm unicorn. And I'm going to put this in the challenge position, right? Innocence, trust, and honesty. This is what you guys are challenging to do. Find your innocence again. Because, all right, you've had your experiences, but you haven't lost it all completely. You can return to that. Trust the process and be honest with yourself. You haven't got to sit and talk your business to anybody else. You know what you've experienced. And only you can go through that. This is the thing with counselling, right? And a lot of people say the same thing, like, didn't connect with the counsellor, they don't know what I'm going through, they don't understand. No, because not all of them, I'm not going to take anything away from people, right? You've got life coaches, you've got counsellors, right? Not all of them will have experienced the things that you need help working your way through. They just won't. Like people with psychology degrees. Studying psychology is not easy. I know. I've studied it, right? Now, the thing is, I've studied it, but I've lived my life. I've had my experience. The things that I talk to you about, the things that I try to help you work your way through, I've experienced to some varying degree, or I've witnessed these things to some varying degree as well as experiencing them, right? Now, there is a couple of things in life that I hold my hands up and I'm like, I don't have any experience in that area, so and so might be able to help you, so on and so forth, right? But, it's about connecting with people. Look, you don't go to drug and alcohol counselling and go and speak to somebody that's never even so much as got addicted to coffee, because they don't grasp the concept or the mindset of somebody that has an addiction. So how are they going to help you get off it? Can't. They don't know. Don't get me wrong. There are some people that are compassionate, angels, people that have special gifts that can help you in certain ways, but certain things that you need counselling with, because I tell you what it is as well, guys. It's the hope that you can get past what you're experiencing or what you have experienced, the trauma that you're living with, that you're trying to work your way through. It's the hope that you can get to the other side, that you can reclaim your innocence, that you can be honest with yourself, and that you can trust that there is good people out there still. It's not easy. Problem solving, resolution. Yes, there's a resolution. There's always a resolution for every problem. Creativity, change. That's the sacral chakra. Let go of things. This is another thing as well. We have problem with change. Why? I don't like change, but you just got to embrace it. Sometimes different is better, because look, you're not happy with the way things are now. Not everybody, obviously, but some people, not happy with the way things are now. So make a change. It's like I was talking to someone today, and they're going through this process of changing their routine, but they're like finding that they can't quite find what fits, what works for them. So they keep hitting a bit of a brick wall, but they're not going to give up. They're going to keep going. I'll try and change this and see if that works. Try and change that. Like I said, small changes over a long period of time make a big difference. It's like, say you want to lose weight or tone up or whatever it is, yeah? And you eat too many different bad things, or you drink too, whatever it is. So, okay, so say you drink alcohol, you eat takeaways, you don't go to the gym, and you've got a liking for like sweet snacks and stuff like that, right? You're not going to get up on that Monday morning and start going to the gym, start eating salads, cut out all the sweets, and stop going to the pub. You're just not. And if you try to do that, you're literally signing yourself up for a failure in one of those particular areas. Why? Because it's too much all at once and you'll feel too restricted. It's a natural progression. You can start at the gym and cut out the majority of your sweets, and like negotiate. Well, I'll have one of those a day. Cut it down, and and then only go to, if you go to the pub 5 or 6 days a week, only go 3, and then 2, and then 1. Cut it down over a long period of time until it becomes natural to only do this and only eat that. And you see, can't do it all at once. Grounding, shielding, and void. Void out all the bad things in your life over a period of time. Ground yourself and shield yourself from the things, people, places, and things that try to hold you back. It's that 5 of Swords energy I call the subtle saboteur. You're changing your eating habits and you want to cut down on your drinking. And there's your mate. Oh, let's go to the pub for lunch. Let's not. Yeah? Cut them out. You've got to protect yourself. In fact, get some obsidian. That's what there's. Get some. Protect yourself. Right, I'm just going to get one more food. I literally just looked at that. Nourishment, relationships, and health. So that's literally what I was just talking about. But this is about the relationship with yourself, because this is what we're talking about, yeah? And that's what's come underneath the angels. That's what's going to sit underneath the angels. You've got to nourish yourself. You've got to nourish the relationship with yourself to be healthy. That's the thing, right? It's not just about what... And the thing is, what you consume is not just your food. It's what you consume, yeah? Let's keep it to that. What you consume, what you watch on the telly, what you read in the newspapers, if you still read that guff. But what you watch, what you listen to, who you are around. It's not just the food that you put in your mouth. It's the things that you put in your mind, the stuff that you put in your ears. It's consumption, right? Consumption. So you are what you eat. And this is the thing. It's what you pay attention to will become your reality. Pay attention to yourself. What are you nourishing yourself with? How is that affecting your relationship with yourself? Is it leading you to your best self? To the healthiest self that you can be? Is it? If the answer is no, then let it go. Rhymes. Ladies' mantle, mother healing alchemy. Maybe you need to have a conversation with your mother. Maybe you need to become your own mother. Take better care of yourself. Nurturing, because that's what mothers do. They nurture, right? Healing. This is, can't make it up. It's about healing, yeah? You want to get to your cosmic consciousness, you've got to learn how to breathe and let things go, right? Sacred geometry, you can get into that if you like. That is about the shapes and stuff. I mean, go and look it up. If it is coming up, it's obviously coming up for somebody to pay attention to. But it's time to take action to bring things to fruition, right? Be wise, be smart. It's about your intellect. You're not alone. The angels are with you. Guidance and support. It's what I'm here for. Your angels, your ancestors, your spirit guides, right? Don't feel like that getting back to your innocence is a challenge. Not everybody is untrustworthy. Use your intuition, and be honest with yourself. In fact, actually, you've got to learn to trust yourselves again. Yes, you are the director of your life. Yes, you've taken the wrong path from time to time. You've gone over to the left. That was your training program. That's not who you're going to be. That's who you have been. It's time to reflect. Every problem, there's a solution, right? Check your nourishment. Check your relationship with yourself. That will, improve your self-health in all aspects. Mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical. How did you lose that weight, Divina? Da 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 da. You fix yourself inside out, as within, so without. Honestly, as soon as I started releasing, all of my stuff, because I tell you what, a lot of my biggest problem was, you see, being emotionally unavailable, you store it, you don't release, right? So once I started to open myself up emotionally and releasing all of my suppressed emotions, right, the weight fell off. Imagine that. We store our problems in different ways. I mean, I carry my emotional trauma and issues in my weight physically. So, but when I'm happy and I'm living my best life and I'm actually exercising, it just falls off. Just saying. Alchemy. That's about transmuting. You are the magician of your own life. Right. Oh. So I got only 51 minutes in. My new deck. Oh, I love this deck. This is the double major arcana deck. I've been wanting to get my hands on this for so long. Right. Anyway, imagine it turns up after I left for work yesterday morning, right, to go to my muggle job. Yeah, listen to this. Now, normally I leave a bit later than I always say. BMT and it, black people time. And but yesterday I left on time, and the delivery service turned up just after I left. Anyway, I got them in the end. So at the bottom of this deck is the world card, but it's the second world card. So as you can see, right, she's come out of this cycle. So she's completed all her cycles and she's dressed as well. She's got her clothes on. So she's literally completed everything. She's put her buttons down. She's got herself dressed. She's ready to step into a whole new life. Whole new life. My girl's doing it. She's about to start a whole new book. Not a new chapter, because she's wrapped everything up. She's not playing out there no more. Ain't getting stuck in those karmic cycles. Even though the world card is about things coming to a completion and stuff. My girl said, yeah, I'm done with that book. Done with it. It's time to write a new book. It's the second part in a trilogy. Told you, your old life, who you was before, the things that you need to wrap up and let go of, the ghosts that you need to lay to rest, yeah, part of your training program. Look, don't want no scrubs, TLC. Gotta let go of that. Gotta let it go. Right, she don't want no scrub. Right, so we're gonna do a little bit of, look, I'm not that overly familiar, but I am an intuitive reader, so we're going to go with whatever comes up, right? Just split the deck, and this is like the other death card, right? That's like the magician, yeah? In the original death card, you see death sat on the horse, yeah? And this person in this deck, in the other death card, is like sat on his hands and knees in front of death, yeah? Even though, like in the traditional decks, like the person stood there and it looks like a spiritual advisor, because it's about a spiritual transitional period of time, yeah? Letting things go, letting your old life go so that you can transform and move forward and become who you're supposed to be. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this to me, it looks like this person like sort of thought, well, I don't need to go with death. I don't need to let anything go. I don't need to move forward. I'm good. Yeah? I don't need to let go of my old self. I'm just going to stay here. Like that person stayed in their misery, right? And the grass has grown and everything's carried on around them, and they've just died as they were, because they're wearing the same clothes, and the bits that they had around them that they could have carried through with them to their next stage in life, right, after letting things go, they're just there. They've just stayed stuck in their old ways, and they've died as they were. That's not you, is it, Divine Soul Tribers? It's not. It's not. This is you. Queen of Wands, getting out of her seat because she knows she's fully protected. She is a spiritual warrioress. Bad mama jamma out here. She's got this. She knows she's fully protected because she's done the work. She ain't got to worry about nothing. She's even put her wand down. Look, she's tending to the garden because she can. She ain't got no worries. That's you guys. That's going to be you guys on the other side, because you're not like this one here, too arrogant, too prideful, wanting to hold on to your traumas. No, I don't need to change. I'll just sit over. I'll be all right. No. You're going to be like this. Getting up out your seat, dealing with the garden just because you can. You don't need anybody else to tend to it, because you can do it, because you've got the time and you've got the protection to do so. Because this, look, this is the Chariot, right? If you don't do what you've got to do, take action and use your intellect to bring things to fruition, to get to your cosmic consciousness, take full advantage of the support and guidance that you've got, work on the nourishment and the relation, what you feed yourself and the relationship with yourself to bring yourself to a point of healthiness, find the solutions to the problems that you create in your own mind, because don't care if you like it or not, trigger warning. You holding on to stuff, you're the one creating the problems. Because yes, it is in your head, but it's your head. It's your filing cabinet. Sort it out, clean it up. Alright? You can get back to that place where you have innocence. You've got to trust in yourself and be honest with yourself. Because look, if you don't, that's where you end up. That's the Chariot. My man's had to get out of his vehicle because the beast is asleep. And he's like, oh, I'm not waking him up. Waking him up, he won't go for me. He's scared to wake this beast up to keep the Chariot moving forward. Chariot's fast moving. It's full of all the gifts and abundance that you need to continue your life. Be the angel that you are. Ooh, I haven't even pulled a card yet. I'm not waffling, obviously, but you know, we want to get on the Chariot. Oh, we want to keep it moving. Look. Because look, if you don't, right, this is the Fool card, yeah? So you need to be ready to take a leap of faith, and don't be scared that you're going to fall in, yeah? You can swim, sink or swim, you can swim, yeah? In fact, this Fool could have been pushed over the edge. It's like the tower moment, isn't it, behind him? Pushed over the edge. Pushed over the edge. Right, look, okay, we can look at it like this. Oh, God, I'm getting out of sway now. You can look at it like this. That cat, right, is the negative side of things, and it's pushed you over the edge. Instead of you taking a leap of faith, you've been pushed in. And now you're begging for out. But that cat... So what are you doing down there? after the cat's pushed you, right? So take control of your life. Because look, this is the King of Pentacles, right? And this one here, he's side-eyeing people. Like, this one come up in a reading the other day, like, but obviously this isn't about that, right? You don't want to be here holding on. This is like, this is how I see this, yeah? The King of Pentacles, right, normally has his coin outside of himself and he's looking forward. This one is looking to the side because he don't trust nobody and he's hiding things to himself. He's hiding his last coin, right? That's like you guys holding back. Okay. You holding back, right? And not trusting anybody around you. I'm not saying being, blindly trust everybody, because that's ridiculous, right? But if you, at the end of the day, if you don't let this out, you're not going to be able to move forward. Because this is the downside of not doing what you're supposed to do. You fall in and you bring yourself to your own demise. 4. Go with God. Be committed to your own healing. Trust that the angels are with you, that they are there to support you and guide you through your own personal healing journey. Stop holding back. Hi, Paul. Stop holding yourself back, because the thing is, that cat is representative of other people around you. That cat will be the one that pushes you in the water. And yes, I get the reason why you kind of hold yourself back and constantly side-eyeing people. Like I explained to you in the beginning of the video. Well, it wasn't quite the beginning, but earlier on, right? Yeah? I held back from people. I was constantly side-eyeing everyone. And I was emotionally unavailable. Because I didn't open myself up enough, and I didn't give. So realistically, I ended up, my consciousness and me holding everything back, that's why I ended up in the river, drowning. This would be you drowning in your own emotions, feeling like a fool, a clown. Please, can you help me? That's what I'm doing. What are you doing? It's time to go within and seek enlightenment. All the answers to the questions that you have within yourself are within yourself. Seeking enlightenment. The hermit's on his journey. Their journey. Right, I don't want to keep going because you don't know what's going to come out of me. These are really good for like, look, there's that Chariot again. You're going to have to, this is the thing, guys. Right, so let's look at it like this, yeah? You were moving forward in your life, and then you've come to a standstill. And you've realised that you've come to a standstill because your inner demons, right? You don't want to wake them up. Because, like I said at the beginning, you haven't dealt with them. You just put them in a box, shoved it under the bed. You know, no one was going to look under there. But that's your bed. You're the one who's going to look under there. You know, you try to rearrange your room, you're going to have to sort everything out, right? So here's the thing. You are going to have to wake up your inner demons so you can keep the chariot moving forwards. So you can keep riding towards your happiness and your abundance. To solve those problems that are within you, that you've created, look, in your own head. Things that you've experienced, the life that you've lived has been your training program. They're not problems, they're challenges for you to overcome. All you've got to do is deal with the beast that you thought well, that you know you put to sleep. You didn't deal with it, send it on its way. You put it to sleep. Look how scared this one is. I don't know if you can see. Look, he's like, oh God, I'm going to wake him. I'm going to wake him up. That's what my kids were like when I was younger. When they was younger. Shh, don't wake mum. You're going to have to. You're going to wake it up. Go with God and the angels. Look, and that's in like what I would put in the the intentions area. Go commit to yourself. Don't have to bring anybody else into it. This is a personal journey back to yourself. Just keep telling you. That was your training program, and we keep talking about the last little bits. These are your inner demons. Gone to sleep. Wake it up. Talk to it. Send it on its way. Make peace with it. It's like I said, saying the other day about the inner self, the shame and the guilt and those low vibrational energies, shame, guilt, disappointment, despair, you know, them sorts of feelings when you reflect on who you was, the beast that you put to sleep, right? You have to wake it up, make peace with it if you want to get to that cosmic consciousness, yeah? So here's the thing, like, I've got dark aspects of myself. I've had to make my peace with her. She's a bit like the Annabelle doll now. She's had to go and engage. But I know where she is. She's under control. We've made our peace with one another. It's like when I tell people that, oh, yes, I used to dance with the devil. We nod when we pass on the street. Keep it moving. That's how you've got to get. Don't be scared. That's your beast. You can control it. There's no point giving it a sleeping tablet and hoping for the best. Right? It's not. Just wake him up. Don't kick him off his leaves. Gently wake him up. Sit down and have a chat with him. Because this is what you're doing. You're holding back from yourself. And you're mistrusting everybody else, feeling like a fool. And you're going to end up falling to your own demise. The whole point of the fool energy is taking a leap of faith, going with God. Right? But to do that, it's like a little succession. To do that, you're going to have to deal with this beast. If you want to keep moving forward, that's what you've got to do. Keep it moving forward. Knight of Swords. Right? Because this is the thing. That's the magician, right? Look, he ain't even got his wand in his hand. He's had enough. He sat down. He's like, I ain't got nothing left. I've run out of magic. This is because you can't trick yourself anymore. Hi, Kerry. This is because you can't trick yourself anymore. You can't keep putting yourself down, right? Because this is the thing with the magician. The magician is the master manipulator, because that's what magic is. It's manipulation of energies, people's minds, whatever, right? There's a good side and a bad side to everything as well, we know, right? But this magician is like, well, what can I do to bring the magic back into my life? Deal with your beast. Deal with your inner demons. That's what you got to do, right? You haven't lost your innocence. You haven't. You just need to trust yourself and be honest with yourself. And that's the thing. This magician's out here thinking of ways to trick himself to bypass dealing with this beast. If you want to keep moving forwards in life, you're going to have to deal with that, to get back into the chariot, to keep it moving forward and work with this. Work with the inner aspects of yourself that you're not happy with, that you keep hidden from the rest of the world and yourself, that have left you with a nasty taste in your soul. You are your own magic. You are. Right. Look. That's the Queen of Swords. That's the Queen of Pentacles, right? But here's the thing. Things have gone off in the background. That's the volcano erupting in the background. She's holding the coin. It's like, this is the thing, right? There's a like a peasant in front of her, right? If you want to be back on your throne, right, pay attention to what's going on in the background, because well, she is paying attention, but she's not paying attention to this. This is like an aspect of you, throwing yourself at the mercy of others when you're the magic in your own life. You're in control of your own life. You can deal with what's going on in the background. You make your own coins. You don't need to be here begging anybody out for anything. Because this one here, she don't care what's going on. She's got her coins. This is the people in your life that you need to let go of. That's how you solve them problems. You let go of people that would have you at their mercy. Allow it. But maybe that's you at the mercy of your old self, in a way. Too busy paying attention to the smoke that's going on over there. Pay attention to yourself. That part of yourself. Nurture that. You ain't at the mercy of anybody else. You're not. Cut it out. Queen of Swords. Cut it out. Look, actually, here's the thing. Here's the thing, people. Divine Soul Tribers. This is like the distorted aspects of the King and Queen of Pentacles, funnily enough. He's out here, don't trust nobody, hiding what little bit he's got to himself, right? Side-eyeing everyone, don't trust no one, thinking that everyone's out to get him, out to steal his coin, right? This one out here isn't paying attention to anybody. She's the nurturer. She gets things done. She's got things in order, right? Things are kicking off in the background. That's her realm, right? That's a volcano smoking because it's about to erupt. She's just sat there holding her coin, being selfish. She's not even paying attention to this person in front of her. She's a nurturer. She's supposed to nurture people and help them, right? That's what she's supposed to do. But they're both in their like their distorted energies, right? Get back on top. And the way you're going to do that is cut out all the things that hold you back. People, places and things. All the things that weren't nourishing you in a healthy way, that were holding you back from having a good relationship with yourself and being healthy. Cut it out. What's at the bottom of the deck? I've got to hide this because... Oh! Look! Cut it out. So, yeah, because for YouTube they get funny about nakedness, but you can show all kinds of different things on there. Anyway, so this is my girl still in the midst of a cycle. However, like we've said before, yes, the World card is about completing cycles, right? Wrapping things up, right? But this one here, she's wrapping up a chapter of that book that we were saying at the beginning when I started shuffling this deck, right? She's wrapping up that last chapter of that book. Because look, that was right behind. And I shuffled them, you saw me. So she's wrapping that. That's what you're doing now. Letting go of these distorted aspects of yourself. Because why? You're going to deal with this inner beast and you're going to get him back on side. You're going to deal with it so you can control it and get back on your journey and go with God. Commit to yourself and go with God. Cut everything out, people, places and things, so that you can nourish yourself and build that relationship with yourself and get back to your inner health in all aspects. It's 11 minutes past midnight. 0 point to 1. So you can start again. Reset. Right? So this is you completing this last chapter of the training program. Because you're about to go and start a new book, yeah? This is the reformed you. This is the new you, the reset you. You're still you. You just reset because you've done that book. 1 hour, 40 minutes and 44 seconds when I said that, right? You're about to start a new book. A new book. You are, Divine Soul Tribe. Wrap it up. I'm telling. Right. Summer was the first card that came out, right? So by the summer, we've only got 6 weeks. Yeah, 6 weeks. Yeah, about 6 weeks to the summer equinox, because we've had the mid-spring equinox. The creatures in the woods and stuff. I haven't done a dark corner for ages. I don't want to go there. Anyway, by the summer, you should be able to start writing the first chapter of that new book, because you're in the middle of this. And it doesn't matter if you're only just starting to change these bad habits and cut them out. That can be the start of the new book. How I become me. You know, training's complete. You're a rookie now. Is it rookie? Yeah. No, the rookies are the ones that are in training, isn't it? I mean, I don't know what the technical term is or whatever term it is for people that have completed their training. But that's the title of your new book. That's how you start your new book. You cut everything out, and that's how your first chapter of your new book starts. Yeah? It's like a journal. A journal. That was hard holding that. Right? I'm gonna see. Because I'm gonna do another one in a minute, actually. Do my little experiment, because I didn't do it the other night. Because I've got a lot to talk about. Because I haven't been on here for ages. Because I told you I had that channeled song, Elvis Presley, Return to Sender. This is more about you guys and your personal journey, though. Because I don't want to be just here talking about your person this, your person that. Yeah, it has come up a couple of times, but you know what? It's a personal journey. Your person's there floating around in the background anyway. You got to get right in yourself, within yourself. You can't have a harmonious relationship with anybody else unless you're having one with yourself. I mean, look, what I was telling you earlier, how literally I made a joke at somebody trying to invite me into a serious relationship. I joked my way out of it. Wow, 3 times I've done that significantly can remember in my life, right? And because I wasn't right within myself, you know. So what y'all gonna do? This is what I'm doing today. Like, so I will do a separate one. I don't know if I'll just film it for YouTube and then just post the link on Facebook. Because if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, Facebookers, why not? We're gonna have to watch me on here. Anyway, yeah, so I've got to do that in a bit. So I don't know if I should do that as an experiment, because I don't know. Either way, because the 2 songs that I got that I really, because I already covered that Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, didn't I, the other day. And the 2 channeled songs that I got this week that were quite unusual, so like they really did stick out in my mind, was I Want to Be Loved by You by Marilyn Monroe and Return to Sender by Elvis Presley. So I'm going to have to do, but this is like an hour and 20 minutes. I'm going to have to split it up. So maybe I'll just wrap this one up and then just do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Oh God, it's quite late. Oh, I've got work tomorrow. But anyway, we'll do a namaste. We'll get a namaste card, and then I will come back and do the messages from your person. Okie doke. So I hope that uh, that some of what I've been saying and what I've shared with you guys has helped, and it's been enough for you to actually think about things and reflect on things. Even if, look, I've just put this thing. Oh, look, I put this deck down and I wasn't paying too much mind, but look, the star. Oh, she's naked. Get into trouble. The star card, right? She's fully standing up, because usually she's like leaning down into the water. She stood up, and that star around her head means she's fully enlightened. That's where we're getting to, isn't it, Divine Soul Tribers? That's the state we're going to get to, fully enlightened. Christ consciousness, because that's what this is all about, reaching Christ consciousness. Yeah? Cosmic consciousness. So wake up the beast, have a word, sit down, chill out, come to an agreement. You know, told you, my darker aspect, I had to put her in a cage. She's in a glass box like the Annabelle doll. But we're in agreement with each other. She's happy where she is. Safe. No longer looking to the left. Right. And that's how you're going to be. Stood up in your full, enlightened, cosmic consciousness state. Christ consciousness. Margot, she knows. She's like, look. She's chilling. Look at her. She's happy. It's going to be you guys by the summer. Right. Namaste cards. And there, and then I'm going to come back and do about return to sender, and I want to be loved by you. Right. So, just quick shuffle and then see what comes through. Right. I think that went really well, guys. I've been needing to do this one for a while, but I wanted to wait until I got my new cards. Because it is important, you know, because we kid ourselves. Oh yeah, I've dealt with that, I've dealt with this. And I talk to people all the time, like when I'm counselling, and they all do it. Oh, well, I've healed this, and then they'll say something, and it's like, I have to stop them and be like, if you've really moved past this, this, and this, why are you thinking about doing that, that, and that? Because it's not going to get you anywhere. It's just telling me that you're holding on to, you know, to trauma and hurts. Oh yeah, but we're not like that, are we? We ain't. A blessed season. Each lesson. Two cards actually. No. Okay. Each season of your life is a gathering of precious moments. Each one has its purpose, unique beauty, challenges and blessings. Everything is always unfolding in accordance with the divine will of your soul. All is a blessing and forever blessed. What have I been saying? Your experiences for you to reflect on. Challenges and blessings. And they all have their purpose. Training program. Right? And the blessing of patience, because it takes time, and I don't have any patience. If I ever ask, I don't anymore, but my ancestors, oh, how long that's going to take? They literally, I can see some of their faces, they're like, you know how this works? Off you go, do the work. Don't bother asking anymore. A blessing comes disguised as a setback or delay. This card is confirmation that you are on the right path. I'm confirmation that you're on the right path. With patience and perseverance, you will reach your goal. All is accomplished in perfect time. Like I said, it's funny how this card came out, and I was saying to you guys earlier about if you fall off your bike, you get back on it. You don't think, oh, I'm not going to reach my destination now, I fell off the bike. You just get back on and keep riding. You get a puncture in the tyre, you repair the puncture, you keep going. And it's literally like, look, there's an advert for a film called Love Again. You will be able to love it. Oh, I haven't taken any notice, but it just says Love Again. You will love again. You've just got to deal with the inner demons that you've got, that you wrestle with. It's just a temporary pause in action. A temporary pause in action. Deal with the obstacle, the challenge. Overcome the fear of waking this side of yourself up, because that's an inner aspect of yourself, right? Oh, but you said it was an inner demon. Yes, it is an inner demon, but that demon only was able to get there because you let it in. It resonated with an inner aspect of yourself, a darker inner aspect of yourself. And it's all well and good putting it to sleep, but you've got to deal with it to let it go. Right. That's me done with this anyway. Thank you for sticking around, guys. Love my Divine Soul Tribers. Right, so remember the blessing of patience and a blessed season training program. You got this. So until next time, which is going to be very soon, stay divine.